guys have been missing me because I missed you. I always wait impatiently in between all of these breaks, and I think, "Yay, we're back!" And I just needed to remind you, I'm Arthie Moore, Compassion Leader of Influence, and today we're talking about celebrating accomplishments and how it stimulates creativity. So what I would like to do is just remind you to go to our website on ibgr.network and download the show notes. So if you've missed some areas of what I was talking about, or you feel like you wanted to remember something of importance that I fascinated myself with what I said, I have written a few things that would trigger for you some areas that you could use right now in your business. So you are listening to ibgr.network, and just know this. We're not just a radio station, we're more than that. We're a network of people in over 139 countries right now, 24/7, bringing quality information to you from quality people who've been in the business, who are incredible business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts from around the world, sharing their knowledge on every aspect of your business. Now, I want to welcome you to join us in every platform that you can. We're on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. I mean, you cannot miss us. In fact, go on to ibgr.network onto our website, and you can connect with all of the various hosts. More than that, we have an exciting, fabulous app to make it easy for you to connect with us, listen to us, and also to take a look at the show notes on an app near you at the tip of your fingers. Everybody has got cell phones, so you've got to just touch on that app, connect it, share it, tell everybody about it. Let's get other people on here. The information is free, people. So let's be good and kind and share this with as many people as we can help to guide and support. Now, I know that my topic was about celebrating accomplishments, and I spoke into the human experience and why it is important to do this. So now we'll talk to you about what we could do to become more intentional in our daily activities so that we can become more consistent. What can we do to plan better? How do we implement SMART goals so that we can become more effective? So I actually wrote a few things down and I thought, okay, here are some steps to follow. Now, this was written by Global Priority Solutions. They are values-based leadership specialists based in Ohio in the US. And they wrote over 48 values, and within that was ensconced the most beautifully written 2 pages worth of information that helps you to understand what are the benefits of somebody embodying a value, what are the characteristics of somebody who is already embodying that value, and then what are some of the steps to follow. Now, I know that Moore-Robberts in his call earlier spoke into the value of influence. It's always fascinating listening to him because he is such an influential person. He's my hero, in fact. And I absolutely adore listening to him because I grow in my thinking, in my beliefs, in my thoughts, my actions, in what I can do differently. And guess what? Guess what? I celebrate that all the time. I celebrate this in a way that allows me to believe that I deserve the best. And yes, he's one of the best people that I've ever had in my life, the best person ever, actually. And I celebrate him and us every single day. So when you're looking at celebrating accomplishments, come on, people, relationship, life, love, laughter, your family, your people around you, the things you do, the things you read, the things you hear, the songs you listen to, celebrate every single thing because I just love life. I celebrate it all the time. Now, when I look at some of the steps to follow for some SMART goals, and for some of you who've never heard of SMART goals, Google it because there's so much information about it. But really, it's an acronym. The S is for specific, the M is for measurable, the A for attainable, R for realistic or relevant, and the T is for time bound. So when I read into some parts of the value that is written by Global Priority Solutions, I see that there are so many different steps that I can just mention that might be of some worth to you. There might be something that will trigger for you how you can implement this on a daily basis. So here goes. Number one, write your goals down. Use positive language and say what you will do rather than what you will not do. Now, okay, that talks to affirmations. So if you Google affirmations, you're affirming your worth, you're affirming what you can do, and you can affirm what you will achieve. Because people always say that what your mind believes, it will achieve. So what does that mean? It means that you should define your goals with details and put in every detail of something that you want to achieve. The cost, the time frame, the resources you'll need. Give yourself the opportunity to succeed. But in order to do that, you must recognize what will be required to meet your goal. I mean, isn't that realistic? And that's common sense as a business owner. You don't just put up a goal and then sit back and wait and hope that it'll happen. You've got to put in the time, the effort, the resources, and the right people to help and guide you and support you to attain that goal. And another one that he talks about is if you've got several goals, give each a priority. So that helps you to avoid feeling overwhelmed by too many goals and makes sure that you direct your attention to the most important ones. And then the next one, pace yourself. Now, I love that because I've realized that over the last few months, I have taken on so many projects for so many people, and I understood that people, because of our lockdown and our situations, are battling. People are needing guidance, they're needing support, they're needing financial assistance, and I realized that I could help in so many different ways. The problem, though, is that I did not pace myself. And, and I got to the point where I realized that I was not giving quality to the people who deserved it from me. And that's not fair. And so to pace myself meant that I need to specify what I will do in a week, in a month, in a year. And then I laid out a practical way to achieve that goal so that I'd be more likely to accomplish it. It also meant that I had clarity in my conversations with people and I became more decisive. And I know that being decisive is a key factor of success in any lifetime, whether you're a business owner or not. You need to realize that being decisive allows people to buy into who you are, your character, and also they trust you more. And that is why my next week's episode is going to be talking about decisiveness, because I realize the importance and the impact it has on our life. And so some of the other areas that the guys talk about in terms of things that you can do is to create a daily to-do list of things that you'll do today to help you meet your long-term goal. In the planning phase of goal setting, your daily to-do list may include reading books, gathering information on how best to meet your goal, and also understand that this actually improves the quality and the realism of your goal setting. Stay focused on your goals by looking at them and updating your to-do list on a daily basis. I mean, I do that all the time. I look at it and I see what needs to be done, knowing and understanding that I am dependent on other people doing their work, other people giving me information, and if they don't, I don't beat myself up. Remember what I said earlier. The human experience is all about guilt tripping ourselves and each other, and that is why for a lot of people they're afraid to acknowledge accomplishment. And so when we realize that there's areas that we could improve for ourselves, we celebrate the fact that we now have a heightened sense of awareness. With a heightened sense of awareness comes responsibility. And that responsibility is not to lie complacent. It is to step up for ourselves and realize that we are now in a position to make different decisions, different choices, and to bring in the help of people who can support us in that. So surround yourself with people who keep their word. Because when you keep your word, you will start to find that consciously you are now attracting the right people who are quality people as well. Surround yourself with people who deliver on their promises and fulfill their commitments no matter how large or small. And realize that as a person who's always celebrating accomplishments and you are looking to stimulate the creativity of how you approach life, how you approach business differently, how you entice the use of technology and social media and branding and conforming and adjusting and reforming and rebuilding, you realize that you want people who are responsible and accountable. and follow through in details as well. You see, because the sacrifices you make helps you to accomplish. The sacrifices they will make helps you to accomplish. And with that comes the priority of gratitude. You see, to have people who are reliable around you, they constantly show up for you and they're always there for you and supporting you, means that you need to reciprocate. You see, because people who have got that kind of behavior are resonating at a very different level. Never ever give up on them or let them go just because you don't understand how to celebrate accomplishments that are small. Acknowledging people on a daily basis, showing gratitude, talking about them, highlighting them in social media, talking to people and around you, acknowledging them with a simple lunch or a dinner, or just, hey, that was epic. That was amazing. I appreciate you. You see, thoughtfulness in that way cannot be bought. Loyalty cannot be bought. But when you find people like this, honor them. Because these are the types of people who help you to set up good boundaries. They're the type of people who keep their promise, but they will also hold you accountable for your promises. They are the type of people that will prioritize their activities and they will never overcommit, which means that you're guaranteed quality in terms of the products and services that you offer to people because they're in line with you. You see, at the end of the day, this is what builds loyalty. By you making other people a priority and they're making you a priority, you can celebrate the accomplishments of a stunning, stunning, stunning team. Now, I think on that note, we need to take a 2 to 3 minute short break. But when we return, we're going to be talking about what we can do differently to implement this. But join us. Join us on IBGR Network and on social media. And don't forget, like, share, and entice people to come and join us with our app. I will speak to you guys soon.